And I, tough signor, as an appurtenant title to your old time, which we name tough. Pretty and apt. How mean you, sir? I pretty in my saying apt, or I apt in my saying pretty? Thou pretty because little. Little pretty because little. Wherefore apt. And therefore apt because quick. Speak you this in my praise, master. In thy condign praise. I will praise an eel with the same praise. What? That an eel is ingenious? That an eel is quick? I do say thou art quick in answers, thou heatest my blood. I am answered, sir. I love not to be crossed. He speaks the mere contrary, crosses love, not him. I have promised to study 3 years with the Duke. You may do it in an hour, sir. Impossible. How many is one thrice told? I am ill at reckoning it fitteth the spirit of a lapster. You are a gentleman and a gamester, sir. I confess both. They are both the varnish of a complete man. Then I am sure you know how much the gross sum of deuce ace amounts to. It doth amount to 1 more than 2. Which the base vulgar do call 3. True. Why, sir, is this such a piece of study? Now here is 3 studied ere you'll thrice wink, and how ere it is to put years to the word 3, and study 3 years in 2 words, the dancing horse will tell you. A most fine figure. To praise you a cipher. I will hereupon confess I am in love, and it is a base for a soldier to love, so I am in love with a base wench, if drawing my sword against the humour of affection would deliver me from the reprobate thought of it, I would take Desire prisoner, and ransom him to any French courtier for a new devised courtesy. I think scorn so high, methinks I should outswear Cupid. Comfort me, boy, what great men have been in love. Hercules, master. Oh, sweet Hercules. More authority, dear boy, nay more. And sweet my child, let them be men of good repute and carriage. Samson, master, he was a man of good carriage, great carriage, for he carried the town gates on his back like a porter, and he was in love. Oh, well knit Samson, a strong jointed Samson, I do excel thee in my rapier as much as thou didst me in carrying gates. I am in love too. Who was Samson's love, my dear mote? A woman, master. Of what complexion? Of all the 4, or the 3, or the 2, or one of the 4? Tell me precisely of what complexion. Of the sea-water green, sir. Is that one of the 4 complexions? As I have read, sir, and the best of them too. Green indeed is the colour of lovers, but to have a love of that colour, methinks Samson had small reason for it. He surely affected her for her wit. It was so, sir, for she had a green wit. My love is most immaculate, white and red. Most immaculate thoughts, master, are masked under such colours. Define, well-educated infant. My father's wit and my mother's tongue assist me. Sweet invocation of a child, most pretty and pathetical. If she be made of white and red, her faults will ne'er be known, for blushing cheeks and by faults are bred, and fears by pale white shown. Then if she fear or be to blame, by this you shall not know. For still her cheeks possess the same, which native she doth owe. A dangerous rhyme, master, against the reason of white and red. Is there not a ballad, boy, of the King and the Beggar? The world was very guilty of such a ballad some 3 ages since, but I think now 'tis not to be found, or if it were, it would be neither served for the writing nor the tune. I will have that subject newly writ o'er, that I may example my digression by some mighty precedent. Boy, I do love that country girl that I took in the park with the rational hind costard. She deserves well to be whipped, and yet a better love than my master. Sing, boy, my spirit grows heavy in love, and that's great marvel, loving a light wench. I say sing, forbear till this company be past. Sir, the Duke's pleasure is that you keep Costard safe, and you most suffer him to take no delight, nor no penance, but he must fast 3 days a week. For this damsel I must keep her at the park. She is allowed for my day woman. Fare you well. I do betray myself with blushing maid. Man, I will visit thee at the lodge. That's hereby. I know where it is situate. Lord, how wise you are. I will tell thee wonders. With that face, I love thee. So I heard you say, and so farewell. Fair weather after you. Come, Jaquinetta, away. Villain, thou shalt fast for thy offences ere thou be pardoned. Well, sir, I hope when I do it, I shall do it on a full stomach. Thou shalt be heavily punished. I am more bound to you than your fellows, for they are but lightly rewarded. Take away this villain, shut him up. Come, you transgressing slave, away. Let me be not pent up, sir, I will fast healing being loose. No, sir, that were fast and loose. Thou shalt to prison. Well, if ever I do see the merry days of desolation that I have seen, some shall see. What shall some see? Nay, nothing, Master Moat, but what they look upon. It is not for prisoners to be too silent in their words, and therefore I will say nothing. I thank God I have as little patience as another man, and therefore I can be quiet. I do affect the very ground which is base, where her shoe, which is baser, guided by her foot, which is basest, doth tread. I shall be forsworn, which is a great argument of falsehood, if I love. And how can that be true love, which is falsely attempted? Love is a familiar, love is a devil. There is no evil against love, but yet was Samson so tempted, and he had an excellent strength, yet was Solomon so seduced, and he had a very good wit. Cupid's butt shaft is too hard for Hercules' club, and therefore too much odds for a Spaniard's rapier. The first and second cause will not serve my turn. The passado he respects not. The duello he regards not. His disgrace is to be called boy, but his glory is to subdue men. Adieu, valor. Rust rapier, be still, drum for your managers in love. Yea, he loveth, assist me, some extemporal god of rhyme, but I am sure I shall turn sonnet. Devise wit, write pen, for I am for whole volumes in folio. Now, madam, summon up your dearest spirits. Consider the king your father sends, to whom he sends, and what's his embassy. Yourself had precious in the world's esteem to parley with the sole inheritor of all perfections that a man may owe, matchless Navarre, the plea of no less weight than Aquitaine, a dowry for a queen. Be now as prodigal of all dear grace as nature was in making graces dear. When she did starve the general world besides, and prodigally gave them all to you. Good Lord, Boyer, my beauty, though but mean, needs not the painted flourish of your praise. Beauty is bought by judgment of the eye, not uttered by base sale of chapmen's tongues. I am less proud to hear you tell my worth than you much willing to be counted wise in spending your wit in the praise of mine. But now to task the tasker, good boy. You are not ignorant of telling fame. Doth noise abroad Navarre had made a vow, to painful study shall outwear 3 years no woman may approach his silent court. Therefore, to us seemeth it a needful course, before we enter his forbidden gates, to know his pleasure, and in that behalf bold of your worthiness we single you as our best moving fair solicitor. Tell him the daughter of the King of France on serious business craving quick dispatch, importunes personal conference with his grace. Haste signifies so much while we attend, like humble-visaged suitors, his high will. Proud of employment, willingly I go. All pride is willing pride, and yours is so. Who are the votaries, my loving lords, that are vow fellows with this virtuous duke? Lord Longueville is one. Know you the man? I know him, madam. At a marriage feast between Lord Perigord and the beauteous heir of Jacques Falconbridge, solemnized in Normandy, by this Longueville. A man of sovereign parts he's esteemed, well fit in arts, glorious in arms, nothing becomes him ill that he would well. The only soil of his fair virtue's gloss, if virtue's gloss was stained with any soil, is a sharp wit matched with too blunt a will, whose edge hath power to cut, whose will still wills it should not spare that come within his power. Some very mocking lord, belike, is it so? They say so most that most his humours know. Such short-lived wits do wither as they grow. Who are the rest? The young Domain, a well-accomplished youth, of all that virtue love, most power to do most harm, least knowing ill, for he hath wit to make an ill shape good, and shape to win grace, though he had no wit. I saw him at the Duke Alençon's once, and much too little of that good I saw in my report to his great worthiness. Another of these students at that time was there with him. If I have heard a truth around, they call him but a merrier man within the limit of becoming mirth. I never spent an hour's talk withal. His eye begets occasion for his wit. For every object that the one doth catch, the other turns to a mirth-moving jest, which his fair tongue, conceit's expositor, delivers in such apt and gracious words, that aged ears play truant at his tales, and younger hearings are quite ravished, so sweet and voluble in his discourse. God bless my ladies. Are they all in love, that every one her own hath garnished with such bedecking ornaments of praise? Here comes Boyer. Now, what admittance, lord? Navarre had notice of your fair approach, and he and his competitors an oath were all addressed to meet you, gentle lady, before I came. Marry, thus much I have learned, he rather means to lodge you in the field like one that comes here to besiege his court, than seek a dispensation for his oath, to let you enter his unpeopled house. Here comes Navarre. Fair princess, welcome to the court of Navarre. Fair, I give you back again, and welcome I have not yet. The roof of this court is too high to be yours, and welcome to the wide fields too base to be mine. You shall be welcome, madam, to my court. I will be welcome then. Conduct me thither. Hear me, dear lady, I have sworn an oath. Our Lady help my lord, he'll be forsworn. Not for the world, fair madam, but by my will. Why? Will shall break it, will and nothing else. Your ladyship is ignorant what it is. Were my lord so, his ignorance were wise. But now his knowledge must prove ignorance. I hear your grace hath sworn out housekeeping. 'Tis deadly sin to keep, and that oath, my lord, and sin to break it. But pardon me, I am too sudden bold to teach a teacher. Ill beseemeth me, vouchsafe to read the purpose of my coming, and suddenly resolve me in my suit. Madam, I will, if suddenly I may. You will the sooner that I were away, for you'll prove perjured if you may make me stay. Did not I dance with you in Brabant once? Did not I dance with you in Brabant once? I know you did. How needless was it then to ask the question? You must not be so quick. 'Tis long of you that spur me with such questions. Your wit is too hot. If speed too fast, 'twill tire. Not till it leave the rider in the mire. What time of day? The hour that fools should ask. Now fair befall your mask. Fair fall the face it covers, and send you many lovers. Amen, so you be none. Nay, then will I be gone. Madam, your father doth intimate the payment of 100,000 crowns, being but the one half of an entire sum dispersed by my father in his wars. But say that he or we is neither will have received that sum, yet there remains unpaid 100,000 more in service, surety of the which one part of Aquitaine is bound to us, although not valued to the money's worth. If then the king your father will restore, but that one half which is unsatisfied, we will give up our right in Aquitaine and hold far fair friendship with his majesty. But that it seems he little purposeth. For here he doth demand to have repaid 100,000 crowns, and not demands on payment of 100,000 crowns to have his title live in Aquitaine, which we much rather have had depart with all, and have the money by our father lent, than Aquitaine, so gelded as it is. Dear princess, would not have struck request so far from reason's yielding. Your fair self should make a yielding against some reason in my breast, and go well satisfied to France again. You do the king, my father, too much wrong, and wrong the reputation of your name, in so unseeming to confess receipt of that which hath so faithfully been paid. I do protest I never heard of it, and if you prove it, I'll repay it back, or yield up Aquitaine. We arrest your word. Boyer, you can produce acquaintances for such a sum from special officers of Charles his father. Satisfy me so. So please your grace, the packet is not come. Where that and other specialties are bound, tomorrow you shall have a sight of them. It shall suffice me, at which interview a liberal reason I will yield unto. Meantime receive such welcome at my hand as honour without breach of honour may make tender of to thy true worthiness. You may not come, fair princess, within my gates, but here within you, without you, shall be so received, as you shall deem yourself lodged in my heart, though so denied fair harbour in my house. Your own good thoughts excuse me, and farewell. Tomorrow shall we visit you again. Sweet health and fair desires consort your grace. Thy own wish I thee in every place. Lady, I will commend you to my own heart. Pray you, do my commendations, I would be glad to see it. I would you heard it groan. Is the fool sick, sick at the heart? Alack not, let it blood. Would that do it good? My physics is I. Will you prick it with your eye? No, point with my knife. Now God save thy life, and yours from the long living. I cannot say thanksgiving.